Eileen, and I'm a compulsive overeater, and my abstinent date is the 19th of March this year, 2019. And so I've just been over 9 months abstinent, which I'm really, really grateful for, because abstinence is the only, is, is the most amazing thing that's happened in my life. I weigh and measure 3 meals off the grey sheet, and I don't eat in between those meals no matter what, and abstinence is the most important thing. And I'm very, very grateful to my sponsor, who's been sponsoring me for all of that time. When I first came into Grey Sheet, I weighed 94 kilograms, which is 14.8 stones and 207 pounds. I now weigh 71.4 kilograms, which is 11.24 stones and 157 pounds, 0.41. So I've lost just over 3.5 stones. And the last time I did a chair, so I've got my notes here, so I'm just going through that. The last time I did a chair, my cholesterol was very high. I had a blood test done at the doctor's, and I'm really glad to say that it was at 10. So I had to have my blood test taken after 3 months, and I just got the results back last week, and it's gone down to 6.2. So I'm really, really grateful to the people in the program for giving me suggestions on how to change my food abstinently within the program. And it's my first Christmas eating abstinently with my son, and it was really, really nice yesterday to just have a Christmas meal, or to have 3 meals yesterday, and just to have really nice meal and not to overeat, not to be binge eating, not to feel sick, not to feel depressed or sad, while eating while eating my meal, or while just celebrating Christmas, really. And I had a really, really nice time with my son, very quiet, just me and him. And it's just been a really, really peaceful Christmas. I'm at peace this year, and I'm really, really grateful for that. And I had something else that I wanted to read out. I've put it down somewhere. Anyway, a couple of years ago, I wrote down about just like the issues I had around food. I used to think that I didn't have issues with food, but I have had issues. When I've looked in past journals, I always see that I was always writing about what I was eating, how I was kind of like trying to lose weight, and I didn't realize that it was an issue, if you see what I mean. I do juicing. I'd done just not eating proper meals every day. I'd have like one main meal. And like in my journals, like I was always talking about how my weight was a certain amount, or my clothes size were a certain amount. And it was quite, I can't believe how much that took over my life. And the way in which I found this fellowship, I think I said it the last time when I did a chair, it was through another fellowship that I'm in, and it's a money fellowship. And since I've been doing this program, I've been in the other money fellowship for like 5 years now. And since I've been doing this program, things have really changed. So I've been getting extra work. I don't feel so tired, so I've been taking on the work that I've needed to take on. It's been really, really busy this year. But I don't know how to explain it, but it's almost like this is helping me. This program, Grey Sheet, is helping me to kind of like be even more abstinent in my other programs. So I'm now, because I'm not spending on food in the way that I was before, and I could see that. That's the reason why I came to Grey Sheet originally, because I could see how much I was eating out. I'm saving money in that area. It's really weird. So I'm spending more money on food, but it's beautiful food, and then I'm also able to save, and then more works come my way. So it's almost like this program has enabled me to just be open to receiving more, if you see what I mean. And it's been really, really amazing. It's been an amazing year, and it's not easy doing the program. There's been some times when I've been tired, or I found the amount of food so much to eat. As the time's going on, my food has increased quite a lot, and it's been quite I found it quite overwhelming to see how much food I'm eating and having to eat it in a certain amount of time. But it just demonstrates that how I was behaving before was, it just was a bit crazy, and when I think of my childhood, one of the first things that I picked up was the sugary stuff, that's what I was addicted to very young. And even though I wasn't overweight as a child, that was my go-to. That was the easiest thing for me to get my hands on because it was in the house. And then when I went to school, mainly in secondary school, that's the kind of stuff I would be eating certain foods that weren't nutritious or healthy. And it was only when I got to university that's when my weight sort of increased more so. And then when I left uni and I was working and I wasn't exercising or moving around as much, that's when I started to put on more weight. And because I'm quite tall, I guess no one would make a comment on my weight. But since I've been doing this program and I've lost like over 3 stone, people have been making a comment, and it's been quite a challenge. It's been quite overwhelming. People talking about how I look. It's got better now. I think since I've been back at work in October, a lot of people are coming up to me and asking me like, is everything all right? Or what have you done to lose weight? And it was just really weird having that attention on me around how I physically was looking, because that was never an issue before, and I never felt like how I looked was a big deal in a way. But I'm really, really glad that I've been able to just stick to this program and just be able to what am I trying to say? Just be able to just stay abstinent and to just be able to work, to be able to be there for my son more, not to kind of, I don't have to worry around food anymore. Sorry, I'm just thinking about stuff because it's just, I'm quite overwhelmed by how things are so different now. And I'm just amazed. And there's a lot of support in the fellowship as well. So for anyone who's a newcomer, there's a lot of support that I've received from fellows. Like if my sponsor isn't able to take my food, there's people who I can call to take my food. And I do likewise. I've not started sponsoring yet because I was really, really terrified actually. When I realised how high my cholesterol was, I was thinking I might not be able to continue with this programme. I thought that I might have to leave because if it wasn't working, I'd have to find something else. So I'm really, really glad that that's not the case. And I did take on service, like because of my other fellowship, I knew that it was important to do service. So I do service at Intergroup, and I did that after being in the fellowship after 3 months. That's the only service that I'm doing at the moment. And I hope to be doing more from next year. But I just thought that I'd give myself a year now just to see how things are, to work out what's going on with my body and, just to work out how this fellowship works. And so far, all I can say is that I've been very, very, very grateful for everything that I've received. It's a very simple program, yet at the same time, having seen many people since I've been in the fellowship, seeing many people who've come into the fellowship, some people haven't stayed, or some people, they've left, and it's been quite sad to see people leave because you see them getting better and then they leave, and some people come back and they tell you that they found it hard to maintain their abstinence once they've come back. And at one point I was thinking, oh well, it doesn't matter if I lose my abstinence, it doesn't matter. But as the time is going on, I'm realizing how important it is to hold on to it. There's been times when I've been I don't know, how can I put it? There's certain foods that I don't eat anymore, and I'm glad that I'm not triggered by those foods, but at the same time I have to give it to my son, and I find that kind of a bit strange that it's just around.
It's Eileen.
I found myself getting addicted to. Oh, have I got 1 minute or
No,
5?
10 minutes. So you've got
Okay. Yeah, I found that like in terms of chewing gum, I know this sounds really weird, but I didn't chew gum for ages while I was doing this fellowship. And then about a month ago, or maybe 2 months ago, I started to chew gum, and then I got kind of got addicted to gum. So I've had to stop having that because it actually made my stomach get really bad the other day. And that's not good. So I'm realizing that there's certain things that you can still, I don't know, what I'm finding that I'm getting caught up with, with chewing gum. And that's something that I used to do in the past when I was a kid. That was something that was a go-to that I had. I talked about it in my therapy. So I do therapy as well as doing the 12-step programs. And yeah, it was interesting looking at that within my therapy session. And why I was using that. And I'm really glad that for maybe about a week and a half I've not been chewing gum. I know it sounds really weird, but it's just I'm really glad that I'm not doing that. What else is there? The other thing I'm doing, because I'm not getting to as many meetings at the moment because of work, so I've been listening to the Zoom meetings. So I've not the Zoom meetings, sorry, the YouTube channel, and I found that really, really helpful when I'm preparing my meals. And I'm really grateful that, you know, people have recorded. That's why I'm a bit nervous about being recorded, but I know that it's important to have my share recorded. And yeah, I don't know what else to say other than I'm just really, really grateful for being part of this fellowship. I hope that I continue to remain abstinent. I'm grateful for my sponsor. I'm grateful for all of you people who are here today and do the Zoom meetings. And there's many people, there's quite a few faces on here who do a lot of service, who I can see here. And I'm really grateful for you guys who do that. And I hope that moving forward into 2020, into the next decade, because there's some people who've been abstinent for like so many years, I hope that I'll be one of those people who will be in the fellowship, who will be giving service, but also be abstinent for that long. And I'm going to leave it there because I feel like, yeah, I don't know why, I just feel quite overwhelmed. But very, very grateful. So I'll leave it there. Thank you. Thank you.